Hello guys, what's going on here? It is Techo and welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be checking out a replay here from Plat. It is called, he or she is called Fire11rose. And this is a two. This is going to be pretty interesting. This is my first time doing it. Pretty interesting to see what will happen. But let's get straight into it. But so basically, around Plat is usually where you start to get up to the higher level of pace, and start to get more of a feel around game sense, and your mechanics start to get more and more up to PC level. There still is a huge gap progression, but it's like slowly getting there. Um, like even if you hit Plat, I say you're like good, like quote unquote good at Rocket League. Right now, the average Rocket League player is around Gold 2 to Plat 1. It's currently shifting between Gold 2 and Plat 1. Um, People don't really consider Plat a high level gameplay. People usually consider Diamond or Champ now, but like it's up in the air. Um, it just depends, honestly, what your opinion is on each rank. But yeah, let's just get straight into it, and yeah. So first thing off the kickoff here, if you notice, your teammate over here, let me your teammate over here, Rag, is also going up for the kickoff as well, and you're going up for the kickoff as well. One of you should be saying in chat defending or I got it, or some form of I'm going back to get boost, because there is boost behind. Also, if anybody's confused, this is PlayStation 4, so it isn't like I can, point out. But like, one of you should be going back to get the boost there. Like everybody thinks went for the ball right now. I can't really tell what Neutron's doing over here, but in general, yeah, should be trying to either go back for the boost or see what happens, because if you're both going to go for the kickoff, it's just going to pinch up in the middle of the air, or it's going to go towards one of the edges in the wall. That's most likely what's going to happen. Also, another thing that you're not doing, so on the kickoff, you're just using your boost. What a lot of people do is they either flip the side. There's like different kickoffs you can do. Driving forward and just flipping into the ball is what a lot of people would consider a bad kickoff strat. It just depends on what you prefer. But usually, if you do this kickoff, you will most likely always lose possession of the ball, no matter what. I always recommend flipping at least once in your kickoff, because then you're getting that little bit of speed ahead, and try not to use all your boosts in your, because I think you get like 30 on the kickoff. Um, you know, watching. So you all flip into the ball here at the last minute. Now, if I have to judge with the ball's trajectories, it's most likely going to go that way, if I had to guess, or up there. The way that the cars are going, this is going to slip up here, and it's probably going to go up there. Could be pretty badly. You've all hit it, and the ball does go here, as I thought. Here you go. Right here, you went for the full boost, that's fine, nothing wrong. But you should be trying to get back to net quickly as possible, because it looks like Rag's a bit out of position. Kind of just flip into the ball instead though. So right here, you've done a flip for some reason. So this is a really weird flip. It's hard to spot, but because you're flipping and kind of at a side, and you're coming just off a power slide, your car's going to be that freaked out, and you're going to land in a weird way. And you obviously know that he is pushing forward, and you're more likely going to cross into each other. I'm thinking that you're trying to maybe just take it off him with a challenge, and you didn't read it. So I'm guessing that's what happened. So yeah, you flip forward, he's just did a quick slide, and this now puts you out of position, and then boss got hit there, which leads to getting demoed. And now your teammate's in a really bad spot because the ball's obviously gonna come around here and most likely get dropped down. And your teammate should be in the net, because it's the best chance. If he's just in the middle of the goal, we can literally just jump up on top of him, bang it straight into the net. And I'm guessing he's at probably maybe low in boost. I don't know how much boost. Yeah, and the balls get popped over there. So Elite Boar now can have a good chance at forcing it here. You've just spawned in here. What you should be doing here is just realizing that this ball is in the air and Elite Boar is obviously going to go for it because he knows Rags is on the floor now and there's nobody else in the net. If he just pops this over him, it's a goal. So what you should be trying to do is trying to get back to the net as quickly as possible and just jumping in front of it if you want to keep the ball out of the net. Because once Elite Boar has committed to this, won't be able to get another shot in net. And Neutron won't be able to probably get a turnaround for a wee while, and you guys will probably lose their way. Luckily, Elite Boar mucks up the aerial there. So he doesn't get a good challenge there. So luckily, Elite Boar mucks up his aerial. And you've decided to commit for this as well, even though you've realised that your teammate is already committed for it as well. This puts you guys in a really bad spot where you guys are now double committing for the same ball, which then puts you guys out of position. You should have probably waited just for a wee while longer to see what was happening in terms of the play. So if you turned off your ball cam right here, you would have went like, okay, I need to go back into the net and wait for my teammate, because your teammate's the one who's over there, is the one that's obviously going to pick up for this ball. Because you're technically the one that's back right now, not you. So yeah, now you've committed for this ball, and your teammate's going for it. In a really bad spot here. And now you're going to have to go for this full boost. Fine. Pushed up a bit too aggressively there. A little bit too much. So right here, you should probably be positioning yourself more towards the middle. Because if you're in the middle, you're more likely going to get an equal play on both sides. Because most likely this ball's either going to go around the corner or get pinched somewhere that way. The ball never usually from the corner gets punched like straight in the field. It never usually happens like that. And once this happened on a real occasion, but I would position yourself maybe like here. Because if you position yourself near one of these two boost pads or just in general center field, you're gonna more likely get a better play on the ball. So if you right here, you realise that your teammate's the one pushing up for this. You should be keeping up with your teammate again, did earlier. If you did, instead of flipping here, if you just kept your momentum that you already have from that power slide and just drove forward here, this will be a really good position for you. And now because the ball's been hit down, now you're having to go back and now you're using 4 boost to get back. Get the ball now. Decided to go for... So you kind of hesitated there, I think. Maybe. Right here, you went to the right a bit. I don't know if you were tempted to go for the full boost or not, but that's what it seemed like to me. Then you go up the ball. Trying to get this ball around him here. Your teammate's obviously back, you recognise that. The only bad thing about this is, if this goes bad right here, Elite over here has a really good chance to get a goal if your teammate mucks up. Assuming this pinches out to the middle, depending on how this 50-50, or you might be able to get it past him. Usually in this scenario, it's going to be a 50-50, and it'll pinch it weirdly towards down here, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, and it's a weird 50-50. it's more likely going to hit off this and then get pinched in here. Which elites could probably shoot on, and your teammate is maybe went decided for the boost now. I don't know if you can see that, but he's in a really bad position over there. And there's nobody in the net. So elite has pretty much an open net right now, and he should be able to put it in. It drops down, and elite just puts it in. Yeah. And that was a very risky play there, I would say, what you did. You had the right idea to try and get the ball away. Your teammate should have been in the net. I'm trying to see what your teammate did. So your teammate going diagonal that way. What I can, because I can't see his perspective. So right here, teammate has came here, and then I'm guessing he's went for this boost over here, and then he's kind of went for a wee walk, and decided to go for this boost as well, which doesn't really make any sense because what you should be doing in this scenario, instead of going for that, you should be coming straight from here if you have this full boost and straight to net, because you know that your teammate's pushing right now. This in case you, so I have no idea what you're getting there. In this scenario, if this happens to you again, only thing I can recommend doing is not take up the wall. A really good strat here is, instead of taking up the wall, you kind of fake out your down. So you know that you're going to draw them out here. So right here, you should have realised that he is now committed, going up the wall. If you just do a really sharp turn here and drop it down, he'll like panic, and he will not expect that at all at this level. See here, he's already committed to go up the wall now, and if you just like hit it down even, he would not expect that. Instead, you wait for too long and he gets a hit here, which then, as I said earlier, Elite gets it, puts into the net, and that's what the guy is getting scored on. So, this thing here, so this is fine. In this scenario, I would always recommend cheating up in this kickoff, because if this 50-50 goes bad, you can always make a play on it, instead of going for the corner. It's just personal preference, but I would recommend doing that, as it can be very weird, and it makes it a lot easier. So, see how it's now dead in the middle? If you were up there, you could have probably just got a wee goal or something. Now you're having to push up here. You kind of muck up an aerial here, so turn, go get the boost. I don't know why you flipped there. So you use boost here, 91, 80, 81. Yet there was no reason for you to use boost there. And then you flip here for some reason. And then you've came out of that as boosting. And then you've just jumped randomly. And then now you've just totally missed the ball. And gave possession to the team. So I would not have flipped here. If you wanted to flip, I wouldn't have done that side flip. I would just flip straight on. Because you kind of do this weird power slide, and then you flip to the side. I don't know if you're trying to get momentum to go forward here, but if you legit just use about 20 boost, from like legit, if you like just that 20 boost you used there to get out of that corner, if you just hit that and you use 20 of it, then flip forward, you would supersonic in a straight line, and you'll be able to get to that ball a lot quicker than what you were doing. And then you kind of, once you come out of that, you use your boost, and you're still using your boost when you're already supersonic. You're not going to get to this ball quicker than what you already are. Using your boost while you're supersonic gives you like a little bit of speed boost increase, and I mean a little bit. But it isn't enough, I think, to justify it here, because you're obviously going to have to make a challenge in this ball, so it's best to keep the amount of boost that you have. Teammate is obviously going to back here. Right here, you should think about this. You're supersonic right now, you should stop slightly here, misread this, and now you're still boosting, and you've still got so much momentum going forward right now that you're going to lose this because the ball is going slower than what your car is going, and you're assuming the ball is going faster than your car, so that's what leads you to get this one up. And then you kind of realize that, and you kind of try and recover from it, but you don't. In this scenario, I would just take it slowly. At Plat and like Diamond, the level of pace compared to Champ 2, Champ 3, and like even Champ 1 is totally different. Like right here, you don't need a panic, because obviously he isn't going to challenge it by the looks of it, taking his time. You're rushing into this, so you're pretty much just going to give him possession, because even if you do get a touch here, you're more than less likely just going to give possession to him, or you're just going to like bang it off the backboard, which you're going to give it to him again. In this scenario, you could maybe do a fake maybe and like drive up and then go down, but like again, I would just like consider in this scenario what you want to do here instead of rushing in. Right here is really good. Half flip here and here to get the full boost. Really good. You're backing off now. Your teammates should be pushing in. That's very good. Right here, you should have maybe turned on this. You kind of hesitate here, and then you turn away from it. I don't know if you were worried about him demoing you, possibly. It didn't look like he was going to demo you. He wasn't obviously full on it. Come into this here, get the play. You're going to go for a ceiling shot here, by the looks of it, or play off the wall. If you know how to do this, then yeah, sure, go for it. But in this preference, I wouldn't go for it, because you've obviously mucked up your jump there. But obviously, you know your teammates here. If your teammate's probably thinking in his head, he's just hit this off the backboard for me to make a play on it. Like at Plat, people do not expect you to go up the wall and do a ceiling shot play. They do not expect you. I've seen golds that have done air dribbles and flip resets, but the main issue is you can do that, but you'll get stuck in gold. It's like you don't need fancy mechanics to get up to like Champ 3, Champ 2. Like legit, if you just have good game sense and like half flipping and just like good aerials, you can get to like pretty much any rank. And even then, there is the odd GC that still can't half flip. It's not like, you know. So right here, you've done twice a jump here for some reason. So you kind of rushed into this. So what you should do is you should jump on the wall, then flip into it. But obviously you mucked up the ball's trajectory. Now you're on 0 boost here, and you're trying to get back. You missed a pad. You get 1 pad. I don't know why you're looking camera behind them. It's okay, I guess. But right here, you know that your teammate is behind you, and you're like the last person to defend the net. You obviously know from previously that the opponents are roughly here. So you're assuming that they're going to challenge the ball and probably come from this angle. I would not expect them to come from this angle, as coming from this side seems more appropriate as to coming from this side if you're more centered towards here, say. And right here, you've touched it. And then you turn your camera, and then you kind of realize, oh, he's going to make a play on it. And then you kind of, because you had your camera turned back, you just try and flip while you had your camera turned back, and it mucks up your perspective of the ball, and then it just gets possession there to the. They get the full boost as well. Luckily, your teammate got back in time and was able to make the fairway. That's really good there that you went for the full boost actual, so. Okay, one tip I would recommend here is use boost thingies. The boost lanes, or whatever you want to call them. So in Rocket League, there is this oval in the field. You can kind of see it. It goes from here to here to here to here, here, and it'll go all the way around the field on the same side. There is an outer one that goes there, and then it's like there, and then there's one like kind of here. Um, but in general, if you just stick to those lanes, I'll put my red pen on to show you what I mean. So if you just go there, 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 and then you'll have about, these give you like 12, so you have about 40 or 50 roughly boost these. And then even if you get these, you can just go for this full boost, and you can get there a lot quicker for it. Like, you don't have to get these perfect. It's like, you know, you missed that one, get that one, get that, and then you kind of are out of position here. Right here, your teammates hit the ball forward, teammates mislanded. Right here, Elite's probably going to challenge this ball. You know the opponent is possibly behind you roughly, and you're forward. This scenario, I would probably back off and just take a bit here. You could be trying to be super aggressive here. Teammate, you thought your teammate was going to challenge it, I'm guessing, and you didn't read that very well. And you thought he was going to challenge it there as well, which threw you off. This hits off the wall, and then you've totally been thrown off guard now because you did not expect that to happen. This gives the possession away to the opposing team, and Neutron is coming back here. He could possibly bump you here maybe, and I'll put you out of position for Elite maybe to get a shot in net. We'll see what will happen. Luckily, he just barely gets the bump near there. That gives the goal away there, and that's what leads that to be capitalised. Honestly, with the way it looked on screen there, I thought he was going to have a legit miss you. Because the way that it touched it, barely just touched a car. In this scenario, right here, you know he's probably going to hit you. So as soon as you power slide, it's hard to judge in this scenario because you know he's coming at you real time here. So if we're looking at this real time, as soon as you see a car, it's really hard to judge here. You can either jump, which will then put you in position, or you can either flip to the side, but that's still bad. So, or you could actually, there's one thing you could do here. You could have maybe flipped forward with the boost, and you would have maybe got ahead of it. That's one possibility you could have done. But this puts Drag in position, that's what's happened. Right, okay, again. On this kickoff, I would cheat up. Again, it's like, this kickoff is more likely just going to be dead centered. It's not going to go anywhere. So if you cheat up, it's just going to make life a bit easier for your teammate. And I would also recommend, again, flipping to get a little bit ahead instead of using all your boost kickoff. So if you flipped here, you would have gotten to the ball and you would have been, but you didn't. Now you're not. And see how now you're supersonic? Here. Kind of slow down here and misread this play because you thought he was going to hit it, but he flips it. Hit this to the side here. You're waiting for this here. Right here, you should maybe either rotate out for your teammate, or you should just in general not going to get this, or just legit. I'll just rotate out here because you know that Elite's probably going to get the challenge here, and this is going to put you into a bad play situation. So you know. Carry on. If I get hit in there. Elites gets the ball cleared away there. And now Neutron is in the net over here. Rags is over here, and you're now upfield. This situation's kind of bad, because you should either be rotating this way out, or you should going down the field here, to get back quickly as possible. Because if your teammate does not win this 50-50, then this ball is just gonna go straight into the net most likely. It's gonna end pretty badly. So, you know, it depends on what you want to do here. Worst case. Rag gets a hit here, but Elite reads it. That nearly went into the net, but luckily you got back in time. And it's really good here, you kind of actually cut the rotation a bit. So that plays happened. Go for the full boost, and luckily it has spawned. You're keeping your momentum here. Good. Right here, I would not have done this challenge. Get up here to the side. I would have went straight into the net. So right here, as soon as you've made this challenge, I would instantly just go, because you know that this ball is going to get hit off here and come down here. If you're going to try and aerial from this angle, you have to be really good at getting it, or you're either just going to totally muck up on it. But you decide to turn here because you think you can make a play on it. You aerial for it, and Neutron nearly gets in the net. But I think the Rag went for it as well. Yeah, Rag nearly went for it as well. Right here, you should be sitting in net and let Rag push up here. So right here, you should stop. Rag's pushing up right now. That's good, you stopped. You're waiting for it. Yep, you go play there. Taking it slowly. You could have probably done that better there, and that was a really good attempt there to score net. The Rag mucked up in the play there. So Elite's now, I think, decided to commit for the boost. And Neutron is out of position, so this is pretty much a free open net right now. So you have the ball here. Dribbling here would be a really good thing to do, by putting the ball on top and just dribbling it, and maybe getting a flick over the opponent and the net. You could also, because I know Neutron's probably going to come up here, you could possibly drive the ball up the wall and drop it down for Rag, assuming that he's going to push up with you. Because more likely Elite's going to go towards the net and sit in it. You take it. Right here should be taking your time, because Neutron's not going to get back because he's all the way over here right now. You have no worries. You've got all the time in the world. And if you muck up, Rag should be behind you right now, pushing up with you. So, right here, I would not jump. I would maybe do a chip in, which is where, so you've got the ball's quite fast right now. You're fast. If you slow down just a little bit, get the side of the ball, like right here roughly, and then you can just chip it into the top corner. And that'll probably throw Elite off guard, because he would not be expecting a ball at that speed to go in. Because you're just going to flip into it, and when you flip into it, you're putting momentum on the ball to go sideways as well as go forward. Since this ball is more likely still going to be on the ground or like low air, Elite's probably going to be expecting that. And he's probably going to make a save. Which what happens, he gets the hit just barely on it, and then it hits off the crossbar. Elite Neutron there did actually cut the rotation, surprisingly. Your teammate mucked up here. You should be trying to get back as fast as possible. cutting here is really good. If you're wondering why it's really good, so right here, you know Rag has now committed. He's out of position. So you want him to get back quickly behind you because you're the last one. So right here, you hitting the ball is just to delay it from the opponent getting in. That's really good. That's really good there as well from you. You're missing quite a lot of boost pads, but in general, this is a really good play because you're coming from that challenge that you did and just fitting back into the rotation perfectly, and you're coming in via the side post. This is really good because the play of the ball is facing towards you. You're more likely to make a play on the overall aspect. This is really good, quite good momentum here. You maybe stay a little bit back though, because you're pushing quite far forward here. And if a play happens here, they can easily get capitalized on against you. Which is what happens because Rags now mucked this up here. I'm guessing this is Neutron. Neutron now can stop down this play a bit. Yeah. Luckily you make the challenge and set that. Here. You hit it. I would look at this ball and be like, so unless you know how to control your car correctly at this camera angle, I would not go for this ball because it's hard to see what your car looks like and you're not going to get a good hit if you don't know what you're doing. That's what happens. You kind of go up for it and kind of angle your car the way that you think that's the best option in terms of trajectory. But you know that's not going to work out because the ball's here. Oh no, car's here. The ball's here. You're not going to get it most likely. You get a hit, but it's not a really good hit because you've had to flip into it to actually make that there, and it's just gave position to the opposing now. Then they can make a play, possibly get a boomer downfield. Right here, this is really good. You're staying with the ball here. You're making sure it's not getting far back. You should be able to get some boost pads here as well, possibly. That's a really bad hit here. So basically, you should realize right here, if you commit to this ball and it mucks up, there's no one back. Like literally, if this ball goes weirdly, they can just have an open out. Because Rags is committed up forward. So in this scenario, I would recommend stopping, turning, and going for the full boost in the middle while getting these boost pads, get there a lot quicker. Because this ball is more likely just going to go to the corner. Probably. But because you decide to commit to this ball because you're thinking, if I get a pinch, this is going to go middle, and then we can score, yay! But it's not going to work out that way, because Neutron is coming down here from an angle. Elite's in the net, and he can probably just move up quite quickly. Rag's in a bad position because the car's now facing this way. It's more likely going to hit the floor. And this Dew hits here gives the position now to Neutron. Rags is probably running low on boost now. This could be a goal here for the opposing team. So luckily that they don't get a goal here, and it works out fine for you. So right here, just be careful again here, I would recommend. Neutron gets the ball downfield. You should realise that Elite is centred, and Neutron's probably going to pass it up. Rags is probably going to try and attempt to challenge on that. And right here, I don't know if you're going to go for the bump on him. I saw that earlier. But if you were planning to, that's really good, because if the ball did get centred, he would be able to score it. But it was really good for you to realise that if you took him out to play, then it would have been a pointless play by the opposite. But you just miss him barely. Drag's out to play, so you are the last one now defending the net. Neutron's out to play as well. So right here, Elite's more likely going to have possession advantage here because he is close to the ball than what you are. So he hits it here. He's obviously trying to draw you in here because he knows if he just hits the 50-50, it's more likely going to go up to the corner or somewhere towards where he wants it. Because whenever you're the opposing team of facing you, you always want to try and keep the ball closest to the opponent's net. That's what most people do. So you here get the full boost. Now this 50-50, judging by it, is more likely just going to go up in the air. Ball gets hit here. Elite gets the play there. You hit it back to Elite with a bad aerial. Luckily it does not go into the net here. That's a really risky play, honestly. That happens. Right here, I would not go for this. Because you're just, depending on how you're going to get the touch here, you're just going to give possession to them. I understand your goal is to keep the ball out the net, but the main issue is Elite's not going to go for it because he's realised, if you look back a bit, Elite's just made his play on here. You know for a fact that he's just made this challenge, so he's obviously going to be pretty slow. And if Elite jumped up for this, he would have pretty slow momentum getting to this ball up here. So you just are just literally giving the possession and say, hey, free net. And they also throw out Rag as well. Luckily, because Neutron, I think, pushed up, it threw Elite a bit off. So he puts the ball more or less over here for some reason. Which, I don't know why, but luckily you get the hit there. And you nearly had the goal there. But Elite, I think this was Elite? Yeah, Elite was just there just in time. So, yeah. So, that's a really good shot there from you. Your flip. In this case, flipping into this shot's not bad because you're putting it on target here. I would not recommend flipping into the side of a shot unless you know it's 100% going to go in. Because if you're just flipping, like, using your heads of the car into the ball, the head of the car is usually the most powerful. So the way it works in terms of a car, your wheels are the weakest part. You can hit the ball. That's obviously happens if you've ever had it where you've done an odd flip, and the wheels of the car have touched the ball, and the car's been like, I'm like gluey to it or something. It's kind of like freaked out. That's why it never usually works out. Always try and hit it with a part of your car. Doesn't matter what. It's always going to be better than the wheels, because the wheels are the worst part. Because you're just not going to get a powerful hit. And that's a good save there by the opponent. Try to go for the bump there, so what you should realise here is you'd realise that he is going to be forward now, so he came off this challenge and instantly he's going to be quicker than you technically. You're coming into this as well. You're more likely going to miss him. Right here, you come out the wall and just jump off it. If you can't hear it in the replay or not, you did jump off it. It's just because you didn't make contact enough and you didn't have the momentum coming up to stay with it. So your jump was cancelled out. Now you've got pretty low momentum. You're 0 boost. You're the last one back now. Rag's committed for it. Staying back, that's really good there. I was scared there when I was watching this, they were going to commit forward for it. But luckily you kept moving down. You maybe got some pads along the way, but you're just the ball and giving time for your teammate to get back. Again, your aerials. Right here, you should realize that, hey, this ball's more likely going to go here. So the way that this ball's going, I would assume it's going to go here by the time you've reached up to it. So they do a fast aerial, judging by it. So here to jump signs. Right here, you've done the fast aerial. You should instantly point your nose up. Keeping your nose flat at a vertical velocity is just going to put you vertical. It's not going to put you like horizontal as in going up. So have your nose more up because you'll get to this a bit quicker. If it's just like straight lined, you're not going to get there. And then you kind of turn, get a hit, which you do get, but it isn't a really good hit because if you pointed your nose straight, the ball would have went in the net pretty much. Because you hit it sideways with your wheel, it's just going to go over here. Rag's staying back as well, which is really good. One thing I noticed is you guys do actually have quick chat, but you only use it for saying sorry. And it's like, if you say I got it in that, it makes life a bit easier for your teammate. So right here, I'm just watching this again to see what Rag did wrong here. So right here, Rag is committed for the ball. And I'm guessing you were assuming that he thought was going to stay it. I can't see what actually happened here since you had the ball cam off. I'm guessing he lost the challenge. Which in the case of like, it's 50-50. So right here you had 48 boost. You didn't really need to go for this boost. Again, if you just got this pad, would have about 56. If you want to be sure to have the 100 in, yeah, sure. Going for this is fine as well. But the safe play is probably going for pads and just getting back to the net quickly as possible because you don't know what's going to happen with the challenge with Rag. That's the best thing you could possibly do. And then that gives the goal. So yeah, in general, I don't think I need to watch the whole rest of the replay. Pretty long so far. I think this has been about 45 minutes now. I'm done. In general, I think you need to work on where to read where your teammates are in terms of positioning and realizing what they are doing. In some cases, you knew what was happening and knew what you had to do in that scenario. I would say you need to work on your aerials a bit. If you need some training packs, I will leave some in the description below of the video that helped me get better aerials. Just practice them. Practice the first pack like for about 2 to 3 weeks, then move on to the harder pack, and then it'll feel really easy for you all of a sudden. It just depends. If you feel like you're still uncomfortable with it, just take your time. Everybody has their own different pace. Just general shot accuracy, and placement of the ball, and maybe work on your dribbles. So instead of you rolling and flipping, you can dribble it and get a nice flick over them. And in general, that's pretty much it. Your speed is like, I'll say diamonds, like diamond 2, diamond 1 at least. You just have to be careful in terms of your boost management to keep that speed. The high level play like GC, champs, all have a speed of where it's in between supersonic and not supersonic. Well, you have the normal speed of where you're driving slow, and then you have normal speed, and then you have just before supersonic, then you have supersonic. And then you have stop, which is like, stopping in Rocket League is pretty bad once you get to high level. If you stop, you're killing all your momentum. just try and keep the pace up and not stopping a lot at all, and then you might be able to start to get to high level play and rank up a lot quicker. If you need any more advice, just hit me up on Discord. Um, and if you guys watching on YouTube enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Um, Let me know in the comments if you think I did things wrong, things that I could improve on, or things that you liked about it that I can keep. This is my first time using the pen tool, so if I did anything wrong, then I'm sorry. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and my name's been Teco, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye!